Hey guys, so in this exercise I'm just doing maybe like a little pizza thing. So just gone ahead and dropped in a cylinder here, and I have changed my cap divisions to 2 so that we can get some extra divisions. So go ahead into edge mode and select both of those, and we're just going to move them on out to be our crust size with our X and Z axis combo. And then go ahead in object mode and just squish it down to, like, pizza size. It can be a deep dish, it can be a not deep dish, up to you. And I like to work bigger, so I'm just going to scale up and maybe. Okay, so now we want to maybe create a crust. Go into our faces, get this ring of faces, and do maybe this one too. Control E to extrude. Okay, just the one. Control E to extrude and bring it up. Okay, so now we have what can be the start of our crust. Maybe bring it up a little bit more. We can go into edge mode, click one, double click, click one, double click to get those two, and then we can, maybe we want to do this guy too. Then we can come up and bevel them, so then it gives us the more rounded pizza shape, right? Cool. So we got this kind of going on here, and a pizza E. We could probably do in some layers. Go ahead, drop a circle, bring it up. Maybe this will be our sauce layer. You can also, of course, just work on that base that you had. Sorry, I forgot my keys for a second. That is totally up to you. I'm just going to create a separate object. And then we want to create something that our cheese is going to go on to. So I think I'm just going to do another circle for the time being and bring that up as well. But not go all the way out to the edge. I'm also going to just pull up a reference of a pizza. Remember, it's always good to look off of references. It's always also good to maybe look up how other people have also done this. Creating the shape, whatever. If you want low poly, high poly, whatever you want to get your thing going for. So I've just pulled up some references of a pizza. Notice like maybe the sauce is coming up a little bit, however you want it. So maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'm gonna grab some of these vertexes here, just make it a little, not so uniform. Okay. Alrighty. And now let's go ahead and create some toppings. Once as we know this is exactly where we want it. Okay, so now we can create some toppings if we want. Actually, let's color this real quick. So click on your sauce, hold down your right click to assign a new material. We'll just go in with some Lambert's maybe. Get a nice red sauce. Probably got some orange in it. cheese. Assign a new material, another Lambert. Let's go ahead and make this an annoying kind of yellowy color. Okay. And then the pizza crust be like a whitish, I don't know, whitish yellow, maybe. Some of these pizza crusts are really yellow. Maybe they're like a little bit brown. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. So we got this pizza, got some cheese and some sauce, and our crust. Let's go ahead and create some toppings. So we could just drop down some circles and make them into pepperonis. Go ahead and color this another red. Assign a new material. I believe a red was Lambert 2. We could create this into a different one actually. Maybe pepperoni's a little shiny, so let's pick a blend and do a reddish brown. Okay. Oh, whoa. Sorry, that was the shading of our pepperoni. We didn't want that. The shine color. Go ahead and still have that be like a white. And then go ahead and bring it down there. Pop it so it's kind of on our cheese. And start placing it around. Command D to duplicate. Just sporadically put your pieces around. I'll probably do this, semi, not so sporadic, because I have a perfectionist brain. It's like everything must be neat and orderly. Okay, so that's not bad. Whoa, that is super shiny. Turn the reflectivity off. Okay, so we got some pepperoni slapped on there. And now we could maybe create some olives. Simple Taurus. That's pretty simple. Squish it on down because it's only half of an olive or a slice bit. They're like black and reflective-y. We kind of got the other color in there, but I guess we're going for a low poly vibe. So just to a blackish gray there. Don't need any reflectivity of our olive. Turn that down. And then resize that. Bring it down to our plane. So. And place your olive pieces around. much of a pattern going on. Okay, that's a little bit more sporadic looking. Alright. Cool, so that's looking good. What else easy shapes could we create that could go onto your pizza? Maybe some spinach leaves. Go ahead and create a plane. We'll come over here and create a leaf shape. We're going to want to bring those down. Bring one in there. Go ahead and grab your vertexes. We're just going to do a simple shape. Maybe these two first. R to scale it on in. Grab that guy. Bring it up. R to scale it on in. Whoa. Bring it up. And then we need an edge loop in here to bring out the center. Insert edge loop. Drop it in. Vertex mode. Don't need more edge loops. Vertex mode. Grab these guys. R to scale it up. Move it up a little bit. Start to create your leaf. Maybe you do a offset to this one. We want it close in so that we can pull out my edges here. Q to quit your tool. Shift select the two bottom little guys we created. Control E to extrude. Okay. We got kind of a leaf going on. We can go to vertex, surround select those, R to scale, bringing that down to a flat bottom. Let's go ahead and maybe some variety, bring this up. Bring that up in shape. That gives them some thickness. So select the whole object, E to extrude, 0.015. Then maybe don't need these guys. R. Just to give it a bit of a taper. Cool. So it's not the perfectest leaf, but it's a leaf. And it will work. We can go ahead and turn this green, so assign a material. And we'll just do a Lambert for this one. Go on over to our Lambert, select the color. Remember to do a yellow leaf or a blue leaf. And from all the leaf references that I see of spinach that has come out of the thing, a lot of them are like a yellow, but maybe some of these are blue. We're going to go with the yellow side. There. So we got some spinach. Bring her on over to your pizza. Down and return it. Control D to duplicate. Control D to duplicate. Control D to duplicate. Duplicate. And then we want to turn some of these guys. Cube. There. Create another one. D to duplicate. And turn that around. Okay. Cool. So now we can you can put on more vegetables if you want, if you can think of any. If you want to do peppers or sausages or anything else. But this is what I want for my pizza. So I'm gonna go ahead and create maybe a pizza box. Just very simple, another low poly kind of pizza box. So go ahead and make your cube and zero those on out. Do R to scale up on these ones. And I am going to take this face off. So go into faces. Select that one. Delete that face. And then I want to create some thickness to my board. So Control E or Command E to extrude. 1.5. 0.05. There we go. And object mode. So it's hitting the bottom of my pizza. Bring that in a bit. Okay. And then I want to create the one that goes over. So just Control D to duplicate. And I am going to move my pivot so it's over here so I can snap to that side. So hold D to move your pivot, B to snap. For some reason it's just wanting to snap to my pizza. So maybe I'm going to throw this box on a separate layer, create layer from selected. Select my whole pizza, create layer from selected, hide that, bring back my box. And then now let's try and move the pivot to the side. So this is okay. It's not snapping there because there's no vertex. D, V, get there. Control D to duplicate. Holding V and then move. Snap right to the edge of our box. And then we can go to E and bring it up. Like that. Bring back our pizza. Maybe it's like that. And then let's maybe make this cardboard color, or maybe white. Like that. And let's combine these for now. Let's go mesh, combined, and then we'll quickly create a little table. Bring that up. Make a little, maybe a coffee table for it. Okay. And I'm just going to drop some edge loops in to do our legs, insert edge loop tool. Face mode, Q to quit tool. Select our 4 legs. Control E to extrude. Maybe R to scale in per component. Something like that. Object node. Maybe just make this black. Get a blend. No reflectivity. Let's go ahead and create some plates. Squish it down. Get into plate size. Should have added cap in. Let's see if it will let us. Yes. Do. Edge. Double click. R to bring up. Move it out. Vertex mode. Bring it on down. Bring these vertexes down a little bit too. So I kind of got some gradient in there and edges. Maybe we'll whip. Alright, that's simple enough. So I got kind of a little plate there. Maybe we'll bring up this side. There, let's just get the right vertex. So I'm poking through. And make another one. Control T to duplicate. Get out a plate. Maybe color these guys. Assign new material. Plates are kind of shiny, so falling. Color. I'm just gonna go with the good old white still. And yeah. So now maybe let's make some glasses. So just grab one of these guys. And edge mode. Bring it on in. So it is glassy shape. And faces. So let's see if it will allow us to make a cap. No. perfectly fine. Okay, so these ones. Get rid of bottom edges. Get rid of those. Artist going. Then we will bring out the switch. Then do our faces. Actually, I want this edge to move out a little bit more. It's going to be the wall of our cup. Faces. Tab to paint. Control E to extrude, and we're going to go down. Don't worry that it's going through your cup right now. And then we want to bring it on in. Okay. And then what we are going to do is just bevel that edge to get the circle there. Not that much. Cool. And maybe make the little lip. So edge mode, click an edge, hold down your shift and right click to insert an edge loop tool. Get that there. And maybe bevel this edge. Cool. Actually, not yet. We're just going to go faces. Just round select that one. Control E to extrude. Bring it down a little bit. Bring it a little bit down. Just give this a kind of a lip on our cup. And then I was going to have it be a glass, but maybe we'll make it kind of like a red Solo cup. What do those look like? Alright. We'll just have it be glasses. So, bring this down so it's touching the table. Cool. We'll assign this a glass material, so assign new material. Go down to your Arnold shader and do AI standard surface shader. Go ahead and go find that. Here it is. Bring down its weight and pump up its transmission. Okay, so now it's completely see-through. There, just so we can see it. Control D to duplicate, give the other guy a cup. Cool. Now maybe let's create a carpet. So I'm going to go ahead and drop one of these guys, press R to scale up. I'm going to save. File save scene as, just name this D scene. Okay, make this carpet a little bit smaller. Something like that. And we are going to go to Maya, GenX, generate, create interactive groom spline. There's a dropped a spline in. I've moved around my channel box and stuff. Yes, I would like these to be together. Okay. And I to my attribute editor and scale it down. Scale it down. Scale down the width. They can be the same. There, let's pump up the density. Paint it. Whoa! About this. This. There, maybe something like that. Just above my table above it. Bring it down. There. And then let me just use the density brush to paint some more in. And then I want to maybe add a modifier, add in some noise, and find where that went. Frequency, get really noisy. Do want to preserve my length I had. And then we can go up to the windows, the render editors, and the hypershade. And we want to find the physical hair. Change our color. Maybe we will go with a dark blue carpet. Closer. We don't need any highlight. Don't need any of that. Don't need any of that. Arnold. Okay. Turn that off. So now it's a blue carpet. Go back to the general editor. Go back to my classic. Go ahead and click on your thing and then give that a color. Color is still here. I'm going to go blue and then I'm going to go a little bit darker just to give it some depth. Let's go ahead and pop it open to see how it's looking. Create a sky dome. Arnold, open your render view. Hit play. It's cool. My table is really shiny, but it's looking pretty good so far. We got our glass, we got this nice carpet. Let's go ahead and turn down the shine on this blend. Actually, I'm gonna keep this open. That looks a lot better. There we go. Of course, I haven't changed the resolution or anything on my render because I am nowhere near to being done, although I do want those as kind of like a paper plate. I think I did say I wanted them shiny before. We'll leave it as is. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Alright, so now maybe let's create a TV scene. First I'm going to drop in a big floor. Plane. Start creating our area here. Let's go into edges and just bump these guys up. Control E to extrude. There we go. We probably want to be closer to our area here. Bring this down a little bit so it's underneath our carpet. and I am going to pop everything but my walls onto another layer. Create a layer from selected. Turn this off. Oh, my grass isn't disappearing. It's okay, we'll leave it alone. Okay. So I'm going to pop this and do it as a reference. And now create my kind of TV stand. So I'm going to start with a cube. And bring it on up. Squish it in. Actually, easy. Maybe we'll do 3. Let's see how that looks. That looks like it's going to be fine. Oh, if I was hitting the right thing. Hard to scale. Now let's bring it on up. Over a little bit. Get it to the position that we want. Maybe I'll make some little legs. Let's go ahead and maybe make some pockets. Make some drawer looking things on the side. So Control E to extrude, keep faces off, R, hold down so you make sure you're in component, and just bring them on in. Maybe bring them on out. Just make it kind of look like drawers. They aren't really. And then maybe on this side I want it to be a hole, so I'm just going to scale that face in like I did the other one, and then Control E to extrude, and I'm going to extrude it back. Okay. If I wanted, I could press this one and this one, and edit mesh. Oh, guess not. Extrude those. That's why one of our normals is slipped. It's okay. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and create little maybe shelves. We just want one shelf there. Change those down. Scale it into kind of a shelf shape, and then we're going to move it in so we can actually see what we're doing. So it's kind of fitting in there. Then you'll want it hitting the back. Okay. Bring it down. Alrighty. For the middle one, we could create kind of like a glass door kind of thing. So let's do face. Control E to extrude. We'll create the door separately so we can have it open. R. Do scale it in just like before. And then we are going to Control E to extrude to bring it back just like before. This time I'm going to have multiple shelves, so I am going to grab this shelf, Control or Command D to duplicate, W to move over, D to duplicate, move up. So it has multiple shelves, and then I'm just going to use this to create maybe the door on the outside. Oops. Control D to duplicate, E to rotate, J to snap into angles. Then we move on back. And then we need to resize. And then let's go ahead and maybe create a little bit of a siding, so we can have maybe a glass so we can see through it too. So go ahead in face mode, select your face, Control E to extrude, R, and scale it all in. There. And then we'll just do a Control E to extrude. Bring our glass face in a bit. Okay. I'm realizing we need the door open. Sorry about that. So we want to snap this over here so that our door rotates on that side. So I'm going to hold my D key to move my pivot, B to snap to the vertice, and then move it over here. Yep. That doesn't look right. There we go. Yep. And you could go in and create hinges if you wanted and everything. Okay, so select that one and the interface so we have the same going on. Control E to extrude, R to scale. Now they're both scaling at the same time. Now Control E to extrude, and we will bring it together. There. Alright. Object mode. So now we want to create anything we want glass to be glass. Let's go ahead and go into face mode. Select this face and this face, and I'm going to do this first. I'm actually going to turn this back on, and I'm going to name this glass so I can find it. So I'm going to select this, go into the attribute editor, go over to your AI standard surface, and name this glass. So now, when I come here and I go face, have those faces selected, I can hold down that right click to get into assign a new material, go to assign existing material, and then my glass is right there. Ooh. Object mode, and I'm going to have these guys be glass too. It's the same thing. Existing material, glass. Okay. So, turn that back off right now. Now I want some feet coming off these guys. I'm going to go into edge mode, insert an edge loop tool, drop it here, and oh, those are at a angle. Maybe while you get in the way. Take that off for a second. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my cube. Down all of its faces. We're going to move it over here. I'm going to snap to this, so I need one of these. Hold down D, hold down B to vert snap, come up here, snap to this vertice, so now I can snap here. Hold V to snap to vertice again, and we're going to snap there. And then we'll move it to where we actually want it. Like that. Scale in, bring it out a little bit. I can bring back my wall so I can see how tall I need it. Okay, and bring it away again. I'm just gonna grab this bottom face, and I'm gonna have it go out. Yeah, like a TV stand, like an actual TV. If I go this way, this way. Let's do that. And then we'll just go ahead and mirror this. So I'll go up to Edit Mesh, I think. Mesh Tools. Sorry, Mesh, Mirror, Polish pop-up box. I believe I'm on the X axis. I'm going to do Object, because the world is way over there. Let's see how that looks. Mirror. So it's mirroring directly on the object. So that was not the one that I needed, but it's okay. Oop. But just need this one. Bring that on over here. Now we can mirror these two along the Z. Apply. Just grab this one and this one. Oh, that kind of looks cool too. Let's go. Mirror. There we go. And we'll go ahead and surround select and combine these meshes. Combine. Cool. So now what we could do, we could put some little knobs on here. Go ahead and just drop in a sphere. Bring it on over. Go to the top or the bottom, whichever one is good for you. Faces. And we are going to hold down the tab key to grab all these faces up here. And Control E to extrude. Let's go this way. To make a knob. I have to focus. Okay, and then we can go into object mode, E to rotate, J to snap to, and it's huge. So just bring that on down. And bring it on over. Okay. And those how you like them. And D to duplicate. And D to duplicate. Probably not perfect, but it'll be okay. Alright. So now we can go ahead and color this guy. Let's also do, let's do the same as our table. So bring that on back and let's make this a color. Blend 3. Table. I know it's also going to be our dresser thing, but, or the TV stand. Just so we can find it. Table. And we gotta color this part. So this is reading as one object, so I'm just gonna separate that. Go ahead and click on that side and click on this side. edit mesh, detach, object mode, mesh, separate. So now the glass is its own thing, and we can color this part. Assign existing material, table. Cool, so let's bring our wall back, and our sky dome. Maybe that wasn't our sky dome. Matter of fact, I think we can delete these two. Delete that. Alright. Arnold, maybe we'll do a area light. Light. Area light. Rotate that. And attribute editor. Area light. Turn up the intensity. Turn on the normals. Make it bigger. Arnold. Open the render view and see how that looks. Hot dog. Very moody though. So it's looking pretty good. Sorry, you guys can't even see it. So it's looking pretty good. We can see our glass there and all of our other stuff. So we can go ahead and close that. Go ahead and take out that light for now because we don't need it. So now let's create a TV. Turn off my table, turn off my wall. Let's go ahead and throw this on its own layer. Create a layer from selected and make it a reference so I can't mess around with it. Okay, so let's start making a TV box. I mean, we want a I'm gonna give this like a CRT TV too. That'll be fun. So I'm gonna keep it kind of cubey. Some little TV stands. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and I need to look up a picture of a CRT because I haven't found it in a while, or seen one. CRT TVs. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I mean these ones. One of the old ones. Okay. So I'll just have that popped open. First I'm going to create the front, so I'm going to go face, and Control E to extrude, bring it in, like that, and then do the back one, Control E to extrude, R to bring it in, Control E to extrude to bring that guy out, and then it kind of does want to, those things. Not really going to see the back anyway, but that's okay. So then we kind of want to create this bubble. So I think I am going to take this face and detach it. So now I have this. Control D to duplicate. So it's its own thing. And I am going to create some edge loops. So I'm going to go into edge mode and pull open this because I already had it open, and maybe make 16, just so we have some stuff to pull out. And I'm going to go into face mode, Q to quit your tool, or go up and press the arrow. And I'm going to press this, press my B key so that I'm in soft select, and bring this down. So maybe I'll there. And bring this out. Maybe we'll bring it all the way up. Edge mode, just grab, make it really bumpy. Be close enough. Edge mode, get out of that. Just bring those on back. So our screen is super bumpy, so you'll probably want to play around with that a little bit more. It's like somebody probably cracked it. But okay. So I'll go into phase mode, and maybe we will Control E to extrude these faces, R to scale them in from component. Ew. Oh, okay. Control E to extrude, R to scale them in. That's not what I want. Okay. That's alright. We're just gonna leave this how it is. Okie dokie. So we got a TV. Really bumpy TV. Come down here and create some buttons. E to rotate, J to snap. And R to scale. We just want to scale this one. Bring it out a little bit. Sorry, I keep going into like weird whispering voice. I normally don't talk to myself whenever I'm doing things, so creating these videos are always really weird for me. Control D to duplicate, and we'll just make some smaller ones. Meep. Control D to duplicate. Control D to duplicate. Wait. Control D to duplicate. There, maybe move these ones down. And then what we'll do is we will click on our box, shift, click all of our buttons. Oh. First, shift click all our buttons, Control D to duplicate them all. Now click your box. Then reshift click all your buttons. So we're only selecting one of them. Go to Mesh, Boolean, and Difference. What we could do is just hard to scale these guys in. There. So now I have a bit of a button effect. And then let's see if this does the same thing as our. Ooh. Did I press the right one? Edge mode. Insert edge loop tool. Close enough. Okay. Face mode. Okay, quit your tool. Control E to extrude. Bring back this. Ah. Did not want to extrude that. Okay, now Control E to extrude. That looks better. Touch. Bring them on out. Okay. And then I'll redo this. Control D to duplicate. And then edge loop. I believe we still have our 16, no? This time I'm going to take this whole object and move it out. Then take the edges, select them all, press B, and then move these back. And it's still getting bumpy. But that's okay, it's better than before. So you can do it that way and play around with that. So let's go ahead and make this a material. So assign a new material. We will make this a gray one. Remember, gray. Then we'll have this be slightly see-through. Maybe we could even have it give off a blue screen. That's really bright. And then hide that for a second. This. Assign a new material. Let's go with a blend. And make this a black. Go back into our outlier. Go find the one that is hidden. There it is. H. Let's see what this looks like in Arnold. of emission going on. Let's go ahead and make this a mesh light. Control D to duplicate. I don't think it duplicated. Control D to duplicate. Arnold light. Mesh light. Let's emit a blue. Intensity, turn normals off. Let's bring everything back. So now it's started to influence some of our room. And we can bring in a sky dome. Let's go into Windows, Render Editors, our light editor. Turn down the intensity of that a bit. So now we're really seeing our emission. Cool. Hot dog. Okay.